So that shiny new game just came out, Layers of Fear. And you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. Okay, so this game is a narrative-focused psychological horror game. And I should say that this game is a remake of the first two games, Layers of Fears and Layers of Fears 2. But that's not all this game is. It also adds some new gameplay mechanics and even adds some new story as well. The graphics certainly look better, but that's to be expected with a game made on Unreal Engine 5. You start off following the story of the painter, which you'll find out more about him as you go on. The game itself, at least the hour that I played, is like a haunted puzzle. There's writing on walls, items moving around, and hallways that are always changing. But this game also has a nice spooky atmosphere that you can listen to right here. And then shut the door. And then open it back up. And let's shut that again. And let's shut this door too for good measure. So basically, anytime that you interact with this painting, the current level ends and then the next level begins. So you'll be coming back to this painting very often. So at one point in the game, I was walking and I swear that deer had red eyes. So I kept looking back at it like, did I actually just see that? I was so confused. Oh, I really love finding these notes. The voice is so spooky.
Minced mice, chunky, crunchy, carcasses, starving me out, constantly sick.
So this game really likes to change the atmosphere on you, and I just really thought this was a nice example of that right here. Right when the thunder, then boom. Okay, now comes the lantern, and this is the biggest change in the remake so far that I've seen. So in both Layers of Fears game before, there was no lantern that you could use. Now there is one, and it brings with it some new stuff that you can do. So there are some echoes like this right here that you can use the lantern to banish. Sometimes whenever you banish an echo, it leaves behind like a piece of paper or a key or something else that you will need. So I wanted to add this next part just to show how deranged the painter is. So if you just want to listen right here.
I needed to remove the flesh from the bone. At first I was lost as to how, but then I sawed it off with a handsaw, boiled it, then put the bone in a mortar. I had to get one. Obviously, this was not something I'd done before. Finally, I mixed the dust with some white paint. It made for a lovely undercoat.
Okay, now here is where it starts to begin getting a bit more spooky. So this is where you first encounter the ghost. And then this is where you also use the lantern to defend yourself, which wasn't even part of the original games. So when I saw this ghost, I just started backing away. I actually thought this door would protect me, but I was wrong. I was very wrong. So once you defend yourself with the lantern, the ghost just kind of explodes. So I start running down this hallway as fast as I can, which is not fast at all. And then the ghost just kind of respawns right behind you. So I think how this works is once you banish it with the lantern, the ghost just respawns over and over until you finish your current objective, which really sucks. Now it adds like a time limit to it, you know?
You're so...
Oh, I just had to add this part. I love listening to these creepy notes.
Silent floaters. They clog the drains. Fur in the water. No baths from me.
Oh yeah, did I mention this was a horror game? With a freaking baby on the noose right here? And then creepy random people walking on the hallways. And guess what I found again? Another note. I love these.
Flapping horror. Be quiet. Constantly flapping, eating other rats.
So this is when my hour of playing came to an end, when I encountered this ghost. I just didn't want to go on after this. It kept chasing me over and over. I was freaking out. Just watch this. I kill it. It comes back. I'm running through the freaking hallways over and over trying to find what I need to find, but it keeps coming at me, freaking me out over and over. So I do like this game more than the originals, mainly because of the lantern and the ghosts that come at you. It's really more spooky. I do like this game overall. If you're a fan of horror games, then here's another one for you to try. I think you'll like it, I do.
Look Locked here. Can't we belong together?
Up here.